Now, thanks for joining me. We're going to try and walk on some wet pebbles across a beach whilst recording, and there's a likelihood that my insurance agent, I haven't got an insurance agent, if I did have an insurance agent, would probably face a claim for health and safety in the workplace. But regardless, we'll carry on. So today we're walking from Abermawr Beach, which is 3 miles from Abercastle, and it's a nice walk, suitable for families but not for buggies, and it's a bit muddy this time of year in February, but overall it's a nice walk. So we're walking towards Strumble Head Lighthouse now. I've never done that section of walk before. I'm hoping it won't be too strenuous. I can't really work out the distance either. I think probably 10 miles. But let's see, I'm not really that bothered about the distance. As long as it's not 100,000 steps, it should be okay. And we're going to hopefully see an improvement in the weather, because the weather's terrible. But like I said in my other video, I quite like it when it's misty and rainy, because all the mysteries of Wales come to life. Everything looks much more mysterious in the mist. The castles, the ruins, the sheer breathtaking beauty of the place. I mean, look at where I am. It's February. I've seen 2 people walking their dog. I've been out for 3 hours. It's just breathtaking. Now the weather, as always, is my companion. So thank you for being different to all my other videos, because that will help with my thumbnail. And you'll know what I mean if you're making videos. But the weather is always different, and I love that, because every time I come out on the coast, it feels different depending on the atmosphere, depending on how I feel. So I'm trying to make a little routine in my videos and talk about my stress, my legs, my blood pressure, my wellness, I suppose. What it means to be 52 and trying to walk yourself fit. And I am trying to walk myself fit. I've lost between 6 and 7 kilos. My blood pressure has improved. Much more focused on what I'm eating. So my legs today are strong. I'm going to say 8. I've already walked 3 miles, 3.5. I'm nice and warm. My stress levels have already gone down, because being outside is incredibly peaceful. Being surrounded by nature makes me feel healthy and well, and my mood is good. I'm still faced with the challenges of recording videos while walking on pebbles, he says, nearly breaking his neck. The challenges of recording, so I am going to get a new camera. I am going to get a camera next month, which is waterproof, and that'll be an Osmo Action 5, I think, because it matches my DJI Mini Mic. And there's Osmo sound as well, which I think means I don't need the receiver, so that's good. But I am skint, so if you think I'm sort of doing this with loads of money and I've got loads of money to spend, I mean, that's completely the wrong impression. I've got an old van called Vinny. Me and Vinny go on many adventures. We're roughing it, and that's fine, because look where I am. Look where I am. It's so peaceful. Anyway, so I'm not sure how long this walk's going to be. Thanks for joining me, if you have joined me. And we'll catch up later. Bye.
Head uphill away from the beach. It's a simple path at this section, and look for the footpath sign that shows you the way. We're going to head north now, towards Strumble Head.
So this is a house called the Cable Hut, and it's part of a transatlantic cable that went to Ireland in the early part of the 19th century, and it was part of the first communications cables laid under the sea. Now that cable's long gone, but I tell you what, I do like a shed. That shed up there is amazing. Now I've taken a picture of that so that we can look at it later, but we're going to walk back onto the coastal path. Now there's a little car park here for Abermawr if you know where to go, so you can sort of park at the end of this road and walk down to Abermawr Beach for those people who think you can't get there. But let's carry on. Don't forget, if you're not really up and about yet and you're not really walking, it's okay. Forward is enough. That's all you need to do. Forward, 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Don't worry how many steps you do, just take a few steps. The next day take a few more, and soon you'll be coming to places like this. So let's carry on. Let's have a nice walk.
The path is simple and follows the cliffs here, and there's a handy rock if you need to sit down and have a picnic. Keep going.
Now I've literally just left Abermawr, and someone's going to tell me I said that wrong, sorry guys. But these are the little bits I love. Just the waves crashing in the mist. Now the path is muddy, that's fine. We're going to walk up towards Strumble Head, the lighthouse, which is 10 miles or so. Let's go.
There's a small beach here. Watch out for the pebbles, which are slippery. The path is on the other side of the beach. Just keep going straight ahead.
Now I've just walked from Abermawr beach, literally just ran, not even half a mile. You can see the hut over there for the cable from the Atlantic, and there's this other little beach. But that's not why I'm showing you this. I'm always fascinated by little bits of architecture, and there's some lovely boats here in a canoe, and you know, if I was a bit more confident I might have a go in one, but I'd probably get told off in that. But what I'm making this video about is not that, it's this little wall. Now my dad's a builder. Dad, if you're watching, love ya. So what I'm thinking is, at some point in history, I'm not sure when, it must be a while ago, someone called Bob the Builder, or very similar, has come down to this little place with a load of stone and built a wall. Now what the hell did they build it for? Because I can't see anything. It's just a wall in the middle of nowhere. Now, maybe there is a reason for it. If you know, let me know. But from what I can see, it serves absolutely no purpose, which is fascinating. So Bob the Builder and builders everywhere, we thank you for your walls, who no one knows what they do. And if anyone knows, let me know. Cheers!
The path heads uphill here, and we climb out of the harbour and along a muddy path. Keep an eye out for the rocks on the left.
Okay, so as you know, if you've been watching other videos, I've been trying to say all the Welsh names. Now I've checked my maps, and Google Maps, don't let me down here please, but this little feature here doesn't appear, and to me it looks like an archway, and it hasn't got a name, which means in a great history of naming things, I think I can give it a name. So I'm going to call it the Archway of Anticipation as I walk towards Strumble Head. So I'm hoping for a brilliant walk. I'm expecting a brilliant walk. Let's see if the archway helps me out. If you've got a better name, and you probably have got a better name, let's face it, it's not a particularly good name, is it? It's all I could think of. Let me know in the comments. Cheers guys. Okay, so we're going to go through this gate, and we're still not far from Abermawr, but I can see that this gate is dedicated to Sylvia Jones. Now I'm not sure if people put these up themselves or if they're part of the National Trust sort of infrastructure, and you can look, they put a sign there just to make it obvious. National Trust are not sponsoring this video sadly, but I wish they were. I'm not sure if that is something you pay for, something people do spontaneously. Be careful, there's angry sheep there, warning. So if you know, please let me know. But what I'd like to say is, Sylvia Jones, you know, we thank you for your gate, and we hope that wherever you are, you're at peace. Okay, let's carry on walking. And amazing news, the mist and the rain has stopped. So let's carry on, and don't forget, you just need to take 1 or 2 steps and then you're walking. If you're too stressed, you can't think, and believe me, I've been there, you can't think what to do, you can't think about the situation you're in. You're in a situation where you feel overwhelmed, you feel desperate, all those things. I've been there, and I can tell you it's not a nice place. But what I can tell you is, get outside. Get outside somewhere peaceful. It doesn't have to be on the coast, it could be a city, it could be a park, it could be anywhere. get outside and go for a walk. Really can't recommend it enough. Anyway, let's carry on.
The path follows the cliffs here, slightly uphill, but the path is easily defined and easy to walk, and we follow the cliffs along, but we start to see indications of stone on the path which will become important later on. At this time I'm blissfully unaware of the challenges of the later sections, and I can see a large rock ahead of me which looks very interesting.
And here we are again, not far from the Archway of Anticipation, but we're carrying on along the coast. Now this has got a Welsh name, this rock. It's called Pwll, P-W-L-L, and then I think you'd say Llong, which is Lima Lima Oscar November Golf, so Pwll Llong. Now I don't know what that means, but I'm going to find out before I edit the video. My friends will be laughing at work when I can't say it right. But this path is quite rocky and muddy, and the white trainer test has been failed. So we're going to carry on. It's actually brightening up a little bit. It's now not misty, just sort of misty and maybe sort of rainy. Okay, let's carry on. Don't forget, forward is enough.
Just follow the path here, it's easy, and we're walking towards another set of cliffs where there's some interesting features. You shouldn't be able to miss it.
So this is one of those moments when the rain stopped. The mist has actually faded away a little bit, and you just stroll into something and you think, oh my god, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And this is the magic of walking, is you find these little places. No way to get here by car, there's no way to catch a bus to this spot. You have to walk it and find it, but isn't it absolutely stunning? So we're going to carry on walking. Forward is enough. And this way up the path now, there's a little stream there, through the gate and up we go. Now the path is up there, and it goes around this bit, but a little goat has been down this way, and I thought, well, I'm a little goat, I'll go down there as well. And you can see the waves coming in. There's a waterfall there, but when you turn around, there's a little surprise waterfall there as well. And that's the way back up, so it's a bit tricky, but it's not too bad. Mum, health and safety, don't worry about it, it's fine. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the path, but this is one of those little spots you'd never find unless you're walking here. Even the rocks are full of different colours. Okay, let's carry on.
You climb up the steps to find a sign saying that cliffs are dangerous, which I found quite ironic considering I was just down at the bottom of the cliffs looking at the waves. However, as you come across the headland, you can actually see the real reason for that sign. There's quite a significant landslip which has been roped off to prevent anyone walking towards it. We follow the path and it starts to get increasingly stony and rocky as we get into the more remote sections of the walk.
Okay, we're still walking towards Strumble Head, and there's just some Welsh ponies here. I'm not sure what they think about being on video, but we'll find out. But as you can see, what I was saying is it's quite wild up here. There's not that many cafes and bits and bobs, so it's completely different to walking from Tenby to Pendine. Each has got its merits. Personally, it's just so peaceful here. The mist and the mountains and the coast just make it wonderful. So let's carry on, see where we go. So I'm still walking towards Strumble Head, and I've been having fun with my selfie stick. Now, I've never had a selfie stick, and I've always sworn that I'd never have one, and here I am talking to myself in the middle of the countryside on my own, having a lovely time actually, because it's just funny. But anyway, I've been trying to set my selfie stick up to take a shot of me walking away along the path. Of course, never done that before, and I didn't really know what I was doing. And I have to confess that I've snapped one of the legs on my selfie stick. Now, I'm sure no one is going to mourn the loss of one selfie stick, but it just goes to show that when you're learning and you're trying all these new things, you can make loads of mistakes, and that's fine, because you know that's the stuff of life, surely. Trying things, learning, getting better at doing things. You can say it's a bit windy and cold now, but there's no mist, or less mist anyway. So we're going to carry on walking. Walking and talking, wow, gets you breathless. So yeah, we're going to carry on walking. If you know a good way to set up your selfie stick, and I've got a Atom Tech, whatever that is, selfie stick. It's an Amazon 20 quid one. Please let me know, because I could do without breaking my selfie stick every time I use it. So thanks for watching, and now I'm just going to show you what the path can be like from time to time. So let me just switch views, and this actually is the path, and here we have a little climbing bit. Now it's fine if you know it's going to be like this, but if you're not wearing the right kit, and I don't mean like waterproofs, I just mean the right shoes really, you can come unstuck, and then sometimes the path itself completely disappears. Now the likelihood is, for those people watching, is the path is over there, and I've been chatting away and I've missed it. So we'll carry on looking for the path. I think it's over here somewhere. But I guess the point is I've watched loads of YouTube videos, people walking, people finding places, all that kind of stuff, and it always looks amazing. Oh, I think it does anyway. But somewhere along the line, someone's broken a selfie stick, got lost, can't find the path, and generally messed it all up, and that's fine, because that's what makes the journey so interesting. So this is probably the path. Well, yes it is, you can see. Yeah, what am I saying, Mark? I haven't lost the path, I'm an expert. Oh my God. Right, so here is the path, even though the rocks are a bit slippy. Let's carry on. Thanks guys. Now, I found myself a little, I don't know what it is, I'm guessing sheep pen or something, I don't know. But I'm going to call it a roundhouse. Just needs a roof and a log burner. But it's got a beautiful view as you look around. I'll try and go slow. But it is stunning here. There's nothing here, look at this. I mean, you just need a log burner, a little roof, bit of Netflix, and away you go. Right, I think the path goes over those rocks. And it is quite rocky, this bit, which is fine, I've got no issues, but it takes a bit longer to transverse it. So if you're going to do this walk, allow more time, because it's surprisingly technical in places. Okay, let's carry on, let's see what the rocks look like.
We can see here the rocks take on more significance as they become more and more complicated. Added by the fact that they're wet and slippery, you just need to be careful when stepping on them, because your foot can easily slip, and you're a long way from help should you slip and need assistance. Combined with that, the weather has decided to make an entrance, and we'll see what that looks like now.
Okay, well we're up in the hills now, and it's very rocky, and it's technical walking now. We're climbing, scrambling. We're still following a path, but it's hard going, and this is where you need good kit, good food, a sense of direction, which I haven't particularly got, and just also a bit of experience and practice. So yes, this section is technical and it is remote, more so than other sections. Now I'm going to carry on walking because I think it's important, because There's no special skill set required, but you do need a bit of confidence. Confidence to be on your own in the mist. Find the path. Now the path is on Google Maps, and if you're gonna walk this section, and any section really, but this section in particular, because the path is through the rocks and it's easy to get a bit disorientated, I recommend you download Google Maps, download the whole section of this area, because you can use it without a phone signal, and it's actually a really good way of keeping on top of where you are. And you might ask, how do I know that? It's because I've got mistracked or lost, not lost, we don't use the word lost, on an adventure where I wasn't quite sure where I was a few times previously. So let me just show you what it looks like from the other side of the camera. And this is the sort of path we're trying to follow. So it is slippery and it is quite technical. It's not totally undoable, that's fine. You often see people's footprints, and I find that quite reassuring. But we are walking, or tripping even, we are walking through this technical section now, and then you can see the path itself opens up a bit. Now it's not all like this, but I wanted to make you aware because I've seen people do this walk sometimes, and it's fine probably in the summer with flip-flops and shorts and all that kind of, you know, kit on, and that's fine, but it can get cold, wet and quite mysterious, which I love. But yeah, let's keep walking. We're still on the way to Strumble Head. The colours of all the yellows, brush, and just the bracken, and I think it's beautiful. I mean, I feel like I'm in the middle of nowhere, which I find really peaceful. If you want to sort of play PlayStation or Snapchat your friends, you might be in the wrong place, but this place for me is absolutely peaceful. So I'm going to carry on. The thing with the technical sort of stony areas, shall we say, is they slow you down. It's far slower walking through this sort of terrain and climbing and scrabbling and all that stuff than it is on a normal footpath. So please allow for that. But you can see here now we're coming out of the rocks, and I haven't, you know, worked this out prior. It's just how it's panned out. We're coming out of the rocks, and little trip there, Mark, well done. We can see the path is sort of smoothed out again. So it's not all like that, but I just thought it's important, if you're thinking of doing this walk, that you know there are tricky sections. So I'm going to go carry on walking, put my kit away, and we'll catch you later on. Bye guys.
Head past the burial mound, keep going, and you will see the path dips down and up some quite stony sections which need a bit of care, and then the path levels out again, albeit it's very misty today. Overall, this bit is good and nice and easy to walk.
Well, you've seen gorillas in the mist, or perhaps some of you have if you're of a suitable age. This is Essex Man in the mist. Yeah, we're just walking in the mist somewhere near Fishguard. If anyone knows where we are, please send a postcard addressed to Essex Man Lost in Wales. Thank you.
The mist descended now, and it's very low level mist across the hills, which prevents you from seeing the sea. However, there are some viewing points and benches at this section of the walk, which is good because we're quite a way in now, and I can imagine it would be a lovely view on a sunny day. However, keep following the path along a small road until you see the sign like this.
Okay, so we just come off those cliffs. I couldn't really see the coast because the mist is really low. But yeah, you can tell it's a little bit windy now. I say a lot bit windy, okay. There's a youth hostel up there, which I've never seen before, that's cool. We're still walking towards Strumble Head, back into the mist up here, so hence there's a bit of a video here. This is actually a stunning, beautiful walk. I've just picked the worst ever day to do it, but I do like being on my own, and also it's just so peaceful. There's no one around. So let's carry on. We're still walking. We're on schedule. We've cleared all that technical rocks now, and that is probably about 1.5 miles of the walk only. But it takes a surprisingly long period of time to navigate, which is surprising really. So okay, let's carry on. There is a path up there which has got a viewing point. Oh, let's see what health and safety say about that. Okay, speak to you soon. Bye.
Keep following the cliffs and you'll see some stunning views along this section. Despite the weather, I thought it was breathtaking. You can see the path now winds ahead of us over some more rocky parts, but not as bad as previously, which is good. However, the weather itself is about to take a significant turn, and we shall see what happens shortly.
Now, if you're sat at home watching this on social media, then yeah, the weather is really bad and it's bloody annoying. But anyway, you might see, if you're lucky, I'm not sure if my phone picks it up yet, but there is the flash of the lighthouse, Strumble Head. We are on the way to Strumble Head, and I'm not giving up on this walk. The weather's really playing its part, and that's great, but we're not giving up, so we're going to carry on. And the path's okay, so I know where the path is. There's horses over there munching away, they're fine. So if I get starving, I can always eat a horse. Right, let's carry on and try and get to the lighthouse. I was having a bit of a panic a while ago when I showed you the video, because I thought, bloody hell, the lighthouse is miles away, but actually here it is. So obviously you can see the weather's bad now. I'm all wrapped up in my nice wet weather gear. Thanks, Abercastle. We're going to carry on and get to that lighthouse as much as we can, and then we're going to turn back. I think we're about 8.5 miles, 9 miles in now. But yeah, it's been a misty old day. But Wales is just so mysterious when it's like this, and I love it. So let's carry on. I'll see you later. Just a quick video, because it's absolutely raining cats and dogs now. But the lighthouse is over there. I'm not actually sure if I can get to it, but we're going to go over there and then we're going to head back. We've got quite a long way to get back, and if the weather stays like this, it's going to be a challenge, which is what we want. Anyway, I'm looking forward to a sandwich now, and we'll stop once we get to the lighthouse and have a sandwich. Well, here we are, Strumble Head, and we're 9.43 miles away from where I parked now. Some days I have a lift, and when my helpers are helping me, they know where they are. Amazingly, I can just carry on walking. But I'm conscious of the time now, and I'm conscious that there's a technical section of rocks I want to get through whilst there's good light, and it's now 1:10. It's February. I expect it to be dark about 5:30, so I'm going to head back. I've been walking for 5 hours, although recording does take some time as well, so normally I'm faster on the way back. So at the moment I'm not stressed. My stress levels are probably 2, although I'm a bit worried about the light. My legs are good, my mood is good, the weather is terrible, which is fine, I don't mind that. We've got the right gear, so we're going to head back. Okay, so I may see you back at the car, I may stop and video, we'll see how we go. Okay, don't forget, forward is enough.
Now the next 2 hours the weather is very poor, so much so that I'm unable to record. However, I head through the mist, back through the technical rocky section, which I was a bit worried about due to the slippery rocks, and I managed to traverse that section okay and made good pace back towards Abermawr. I'm interested in what you think of the length of this video. If it's too long, I imagine you've already left, so if you have, goodbye, but let me know please.
On the way back now. The weather's finally sorted itself out, or enough to film anyway.
And this is Abermawr Beach, which we was at earlier. And the sea's right out now, so it feels completely different. It just feels nice and calm, whereas earlier it felt majestic and it was just so powerful to see, which is what I love. But now it's all calm. And there's a lovely little slate wall down there, which someone had built, and it's fallen over in the wind, which is a shame, but I guess someone will build it again. So there's about 3.5 miles to go. We're probably going to bounce into 19 miles today, which is surprising in some ways. So let's carry on. We're about 15.5 miles in. The weather's actually okay, and yes, I'm very muddy. But let's go. I'm ready to get back to the van now. Hope Vinny's okay. He's not been damaged by the sea. And I'm looking forward to getting home. So let's carry on. Okay, I'm back at the van. It's been a long day. So I've walked from Abercastle to Abermawr, which is 3.5 miles. Abermawr was stunning in the early part of the morning. And then I walked from Abermawr to Strumble Head. And back again. So the first part of the walk was fine, and I had no issues, and it was a bit misty, but nothing major. And then on the way back, the weather really turned bad for about 2 hours. Had all my wet weather gear on, soaked, not soaked as in wet through, but as in my gear was totally drenched. But after that, it dried off again. So just a reflection on how the walk's gone. So number one, my mood, I'm a 10 now. A lovely walk. And I've really struggled with this section because it was 18.5 miles, 18.58, but 316 flights of stairs. There was loads and loads of going up and down, climbing, going down, climbing slippery rocks in the bad weather. And I've done 41,072 steps. So not a bad effort. I'm happy with that. I think if it had been flat, I could have easily broken 20 miles today, but just all the climbing up and down does take it out of you. Stress, zero stress. So walking, I find, resets my body. My body knows what to do when it's walking. The brain knows what to do. It's pumping oxygen around, and I'm not really thinking about anything apart from walking. So stress is gone. Sense of freedom 10. It's lovely being outside. Really nice. It's getting dark now because it's February and it's, I don't know, 5:30. So I was a bit worried about getting back in time, if I'm honest. And those technical rocky sections, they are a bit slow when you're trying to power through. So that's, if you're going to take that, if you're going to walk that stretch of coast, allow extra time. Now don't forget, I've been stopping and recording and messing around with cameras and all that stuff, so that takes time as well. So I think I took 4 hours to get back from Strumble Head, and I took 5 hours to get there, so an hour of messing around with cameras and everything. But this is not a walk for buggies. Yes, you could walk from Abercastle to Abermawr as a family, no issues, but if you want to walk from Abermawr to Strumble Head, you need proper kit. I saw a group of 4 people walking out of Strumble Head in the really bad weather, and they're all wearing tracky bottoms. They had waterproof jackets on, but they didn't look very prepared. They had no food, no rucksacks, no first aid kits, nothing. Yeah, and I just hope they got back safe. They weren't walking particularly far, but there was some really boggy, slippy stretches there, and it can take you by surprise. And the rain was coming in sideways as well. So anyway, this walk is finished, and that's another 2 walks out of the way. And next week I'll be going further along the coast, because my aim is to finish the Pembrokeshire path, and then hopefully spring, sunshine, all that stuff will be here soon, because I'm still struggling with the rain and my kit. I am tempted to get one of those cameras. It's just the cost. The cost is, a factor. Anyway, I'm done.
I'm going home for a beer. Yay! And maybe some Chinese, home-cooked Chinese. Bought Chinese is bad for your blood pressure. Okay, guys, I'll see you on the next walk. Thanks for watching if you stayed this long, and if you haven't, that's fine too. Okay, bye.